Welcome to Tennessee Fan Talk. We are wrapping up Week 12, the cupcake week of the SEC. And if you didn't get to see if you didn't get to see the video VOLS Sports has out on Twitter and a couple other places, check it out. If you have not seen the new light show that they do rolling in, of course, our little intro there shows you a little bit about what they do. But it is a awesome thing to see. And gets the crowd hyped up, gets the team hyped up. And, night games are cold. Duke, I don't know if you've how long it's been since you've been to a night game. But right about now, they're cold.
Yeah, last time I went, I was 28 years old, and I went to buy something from the bookstore, and they still thought I was a student, so they gave it to me at a student discount.
There you go.
Didn't request it; they just gave it.
So you're saying all I need to do is shave? Well, I don't, they may ask me where my parents are.
Yeah, they might. That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you know where your parents are? Whose car did you take?
Might need some platform shoes, then you'll be all right.
Fans, thank you for tuning in. We've had quite a bit of uptick there on the YouTube and Facebook and all that. We want to say thank you. We appreciate it very much. As always, after we finish this out, we will drop it out weekly on to a podcast. It's just a podcast that we like to do live. And if you want to get in the show either tonight or a future show, just comment on your platform, I want in, and we'll be sure to get you either on here this evening or for a future show. Not too many of those left of football. As always, I am Brandon Bird alongside the Duke.
Yep, we're here.
Thank you for tuning in. If you want to give additional support, it's not in the link right now because I keep forgetting to do it, but check down below afterwards and you'll see a link in the description where you can donate to the show.
Tithes and offerings.
There you go again. Didn't have a chance to make a rundown for tonight, but we'll go in the same direction as we normally go. A little bit about the Vols, what they got coming up in the next week, and then around the SEC this past week, which had some crazy outturns, a lot of stuff that we expected, some of us predicted. That guy.
I had one. Right I regret one I didn't pick, but anyway, go ahead.
That guy right there. Because of sheer hatred, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some of it. It's not my least favorite team, but it's up there in the top 3 least favorite, yes. Smell you later, Dan Mullen.
Tennessee has had 6 straight weeks of hard games, right? That center of their season is always rough. And who did they say? Did they say that either Arkansas or Mississippi State had the toughest schedule in college football? We have to be somewhere 3rd, 4th on that. I haven't even looked it up.
I thought we had to have the toughest. Maybe it's where I wonder if it fluctuates. Since when we played Florida, they were top 10, right? They were ranked 10th, I think.
Right at 10th, yeah, 10th to 12th. I mean, they were in the top 15.
We crapped the bed against them. Looking back now, I wish we could play them this week. Can we go ahead? Hey, Vanderbilt, let's do a do-over with Florida. We'll play you next year.
I saw there was
and we probably still
someone on Twitter that said that. Can we just cancel this one and play?
We would probably still get beat by them because that's just the way it goes. But
no, I don't think so. Tennessee putting up 60 and allowing 14. Of course, the first quarter you would expect a little bit more of. They've been known to put up the 28 in the first quarter, but 14, 21 in the second, 14 in the third, 11 in the fourth, of course. Fourth quarter did not include Hendon Hooker, which, by the way, if for you that don't know, is he has a year left of eligibility, and I hope he stays. Where
else would he go?
NFL.
He's not ready for that.
I don't think he's ready. I think it would suit him and kick up his stock
He would
for the
it
NFL.
would suit him, and it would suit us if he
And
stayed.
more importantly, it would suit us.
Just calling it like we see
it. So he needs to stay for ours. And Joe Milton, of course, has 2 years.
They need to
left
move
of
him to a tight
availability.
end.
And he needs to be a fullback. He's too tall for a fullback,
We don't run a fullback, tight end.
but a tight end.
Yep.
So we know he can't throw.
His hands are stone, so I don't know if he could catch it either. But
that's what I'm worried about. I'm
put
wondering
some
if he can
on
catch.
him, for little giant.
I know you were where you were going with that one. Only 75,000 in attendance at Knoxville, and you could definitely see it from watching it.
Hand up, didn't watch it. Don't have the channel. Wasn't going to pay for it. Kept up with it on Twitter and ESPN.com. So
I'll have to share some of my credentials with you.
It's against
get
the
some
rules.
You get some of these games.
I mean, I have Comcast, but maybe I'm just a poor. I don't buy the expensive package that has ESPNU on it.
Tennessee, as usual, time of possession. There at one point, the Jags had it double the amount, and of course, Tennessee ran away with it. But almost 4 minutes of the first quarter, right at 4 minutes in the second, almost 5 in the third and fourth. They kind of tempoed things down and allowed some other players to come in and get a little bit of time on the field. Hopefully, we have some good things to look forward to next year. We were 5 for 5 in the red zone. Something you don't hear very often from Tennessee is 100% in the red zone.
Well, because when we score, we're normally not in the red zone.
That's
how I take it. That's I take it.
That's right. It's normally a 35-plus yard play that puts us in there. But when we do get down in the red zone, we have a hard time finishing it up. I wanted to hit you with, so we were 28 first downs to their 13, which was nice. 250 yards on the ground, 311 in the air, 24 for 29 overall. Hookers, I'd have to look and see exactly what his was. 72 plays for the offense, which is, they only ran 69, the Jags.
Great number.
Yeah.
Great number. Hey, he
had to do it.
Little unknown fact is this was the first time that the USA's been beat since Joe Biden was elected. You get it, University of Southern Alabama.
I got you.
That was a good joke.
Donald
Trump. You could say whoever you want to put in there. It's still funny.
Third down conversions is a big one right here. 8 for 11 for the Vols, and only 1 of 16 for the Jags. I'm not going to boast too much. Let me have a little bit.
I mean, it's a build 'em up game for maybe some momentum going into the Liberty Bowl, going into the Music City Bowl.
Hendon Hooker was 17 for 20.
That's a pretty good day. How many yards?
273.
TDs 3?
2.
No rushing TDs?
2.
So 4.
Yeah, 5 overall rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Hey, pretty good day. We'll take it.
And then, of course, Velais Jones Jr. taking it to the house.
Of course.
Okay. Vols did great.
I mean, it's not much else you can say, right? We're supposed to win.
Nice tune-up game. And now we need to talk about next week. Okay,
where's the game at?
It is in Knoxville.
Oh, man, I was kind of hoping it's in – well, no, I'll be out of town anyway, so never mind.
It's in Knoxville. One of the things that Vandy has done that could hurt us, I think their quarterback's name is Wright. He can run. He
can't throw it, so it really still gives him down to one.
Where does Tennessee have a problem at running quarterback? Now, if their offensive line is crap, then it doesn't really matter because Tennessee will have them back there.
Oh, they're crap. I watched some of that game against Ole Miss.
Vanderbilt put up as many points on the Ole Miss as Auburn did against South Carolina.
Bo Nix is the biggest fraud in college football.
So this was his off week, right?
He's got. Well, yeah, it's like every other
Because
week
it's every other.
except for last week. So it's back-to-back off weeks. I mean, it's like he is legitimately the biggest fraud in college football. Is Bo Nix.
Oh, I would. We're getting closer to the Heisman, so you're watching. Go ahead, comment on who you think the Heisman pick is
I mean, it
this
has
year.
to be Matt Corral, right? Corral out of the SEC or Young?
I said that Matt was going to win it. Young has turned around and looked really good. I just don't know. Watch it not be a quarterback.
I mean, what running back or receiver?
It could be like the year that Peyton got screwed.
Oh, we're still not over that.
No.
Charles Woodson. Bum.
Yes. I want to know. There had to be something behind on that one. So there's a payout or something on that.
Somebody had some money on it, or it's just that once everybody says everybody hates UT, which it's possible.
You know,
we bring it on upon ourselves a lot of times.
That's true. Well, we'll just go ahead and jump in around since we've already talked a little bit about that, and then we'll hit back into the Vanderbilt. Then we'll just come back around to it. Around the SEC, Charleston Southern getting their butt absolutely whooped. We both picked Georgia to win it, and why would you not?
I mean, these were the easy games to pick.
These were the easy ones.
A 3-year-old could have picked.
Texas A&M. I picked Georgia 50. You actually picked Georgia 56. You were dead on that one.
56-3?
No. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you said 56-3. So you were close. On the A&M game, you had 42-3, and I had 48-7. So I guess because you got one dead on, you get the star.
You got to stick with the field goals when you get them.
Mississippi State 55-10. You had the closest on you were 52-6. And then Kentucky 56-16. I had 35-7, so I'll take that one. You had them scoring 0.
What did I have Kentucky scoring?
27.
Oh.
Yeah, I got you on that one.
You sure did. Yep.
In the second set of games, Arkansas, Alabama was a very, very good game to watch.
Entertaining game. I watched it.
I mean, every time Alabama put one down, Arkansas came right back. A couple of early, they finished the first quarter with just 3 points, Alabama. A couple of big mistakes that if Arkansas didn't make, they would have come out of there leading out of the first quarter. I mean, they played very well.
If some butts are candy nuts, we'll have a Merry Christmas.
So your pick on that was 42-13.
Well.
And I was 38-14.
Arkansas overproduced.
They did. In the next one here, where we finally start splitting away, I picked Florida. You picked Mizzou. My goodness.
I feel like my score was pretty close too.
You had 28-21.
Well, still a win.
So you may get the star, but you'd lose in The Price is Right.
And then the next game is the one that I'm kicking myself on. Because I was on the fence of picking South Carolina.
Yeah, but you said 42-14 Auburn.
Well, I thought Bo Nix had his off week last weekend, but I was wrong. He had back-to-back off weekends.
I was 28-21 Auburn.
Because when he's off, he's way off.
He was just off. So kudos to South Carolina for pulling that away. He is his first year. Is this his first year? First year head
Beamer?
coach?
Yeah. He might be going to Virginia Tech. They fired their guy.
They did, but he's already said, this is home. This is where I'm staying.
So did Lane Kiffin.
How do you name your son Knox and then get out of town? We're not gonna hash that.
Lane Kiffin will probably go to Florida. Mark your calendars. Lane Kiffin to Florida.
South Carolina going bowling. First year head coach.
Good for them. They haven't been good since ever.
Ole Miss Vanderbilt, you said 42-6. I said 35-3. We're both over.
Vanderbilt very overproduced once again, which is normally what they do towards the end of the year. You can always say Vanderbilt normally gets better throughout the year. They just start out so bad.
They do.
Or James Franklin. James Franklin maybe do Florida. My mind's just big banging everywhere. Franklin's got. They said he's leaving.
I think his name has come up
Mm-hmm.
in that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think his name came up in the LSU gig.
Yeah, that may have been what it was.
Or maybe the Oklahoma State gig because what's his name? Lincoln Riley to LSU. I've heard. I don't know. Let's just say Heupel stays at UT, please, God, please, God. Please,
that
God.
That needs to happen. South Alabama, I picked 38-10, and you had 52-3.
Mm-hmm.
Good one for you. And then LSU, of course, you had 28-7, and I had 28-10. So I'm going to steal that one away from you.
Yeah.
I think I rode coattails on there and then just pulled away. Yeah, we'll just.
I mean, I'm always going to pick 3 or 6 when there are nobodies, I promise, or 9 or 12. And because the 12 covers me if they miss 2 extra points or miss an extra point and then go for 2.
Week 13, where we get into the in-state rivalry week. And why in the world do they?
What?
It's how the games are listed. It is very strange.
So we're saying Kentucky plays Louisville, Florida plays Florida State, we play Vanderbilt, South Carolina plays Clemson, Alabama plays Auburn, Egg Bowl, Mississippi State.
Well, so the Egg Bowl is on Thanksgiving.
Why do they call it the Egg Bowl?
I have no idea.
It's a terrible name, unless they're just like a bunch of chicken farms down in Mississippi.
And if it's on Thanksgiving, my wife said, "Why is it not the Turkey Bowl?"
Let me hit the Google.
You hit the Google
on my phone
while I'm reeling it in. Thanksgiving, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. We have number 12 Ole Miss going to number 25 Mississippi State. I don't know if those rankings are quite right, but Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I'm going to.
I'm reading. Okay, here it says, although the teams first met back in 1901, the awarding of the Golden Egg would not be another 26 years in 1927, and the term Egg Bowl was said to be coined by the Carlin Ledger newspaper in Jackson, Mississippi, when they printed the headlines, Egg Bowl is up for scramble, which gives me still no answer.
What do you know? A journalist dictates what has happened forever. What did you say, 1901?
They first met in 1901, but the trophy for the said egg, Golden Egg, was not given until 1927.
Okay.
And it still is as pointless as I can find. Yeah, I don't see any reason why it's called the Egg Bowl. Like I said, we're just going to say it's because there's just a lot of rural chicken farms in Mississippi. That's what I'm saying.
Who you got for Ole Miss, Mississippi State?
Mississippi State 35, Ole Miss 28.
We're on the same wavelength there. I had Mississippi State 48-45.
They're heating up. Mississippi State's heating up. Now they're about to be on fire.
The next one, the Black Friday game, 3:30 Eastern on CBS.
Is it Alabama? It has to be the Iron Bowl?
No. Is Missouri traveling to Arkansas where they're going to get their butt whooped?
Yeah, I think they have a trophy for that game, don't they?
Who knows? Is it the Bacon Bowl?
Nah, can't eat tigers.
Yeah, true.
Tigers probably don't taste very well. Arkansas 35, Missouri 10.
Yeah. Shaking my head. Do you know what my score was?
35-10.
35-10.
Arkansas. You can
go
with me. You can be a copycat. It's okay.
Technically, I write mine down first.
I mean, I I'd pick Missouri. You should have followed me down the path of Missouri last week.
I should have picked them last week. The 12 Eastern now we're starting out on Saturday. Back on Saturday, 12 Eastern, ABC.
That's prime time.
You should tell you what game this is.
That's the Iron Bowl.
Wrong.
Florida State?
Georgia Tech, which is why it's ABC, because of Georgia Tech.
Does Georgia Tech have a contract with ABC or something? There's no way they're good enough to have a contract like Notre Dame does with NBC.
So Georgia, what do you have for the butt whooping?
Where's the game at? Is it in Athens or is it in Bobby Dot?
Its home team is Georgia Tech. I don't know if it's at a neutral site.
No, it's not a neutral site. I've been to a couple of those games when it's Georgia Tech.
Can you imagine the amount of Georgia fans?
Oh, I was going at. Well, that's another time. That's a story for another time. It's over by the original. What's the name of that restaurant that's down there that's so popular? It's trash too, like the Varsity. Oh, that food's awful. You ever been to the Varsity? It's trash. Don't ever say that there. It's trash. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? I'll take the turd dog. Thank you. It's Georgia, and it's Georgia big. It's 42-17. Georgia.
I had 42-14. Next one also at 12 Eastern. This one on ESPN.
Iron Bowl?
No.
Tennessee Vanderbilt?
No. Florida State traveling to Florida.
Both teams are really bad right now. Yeah. Florida started out really good, and Florida State's been really bad. They're kind of like us, you know. They're kind of like us.
I want to hear what you have on that one.
What's Florida State's record?
I don't know.
You're supposed to steer me along. I'm just here for comical relief. And I'm not very funny.
They are 5-6.
And Florida
fourth in the ACC.
And they are 5-6, and they are fourth in the ACC.
Yeah.
Good gravy. That's bad.
Well, Florida's. I think they have the same record.
They do. So how's the ACC go? So we got Pitt, Wake Forest.
So they're 5-6, and they're 6th in the East. Who'd have thought the day that in the East, the only worse team than Florida is Vanderbilt?
It's a great day.
That's fantastic.
You know what would have maybe? Well, no, never mind. Florida State 21, Florida 17.
21-17.
Florida State.
I had 24-21. Florida State. This is great. Next game, 3:30 Eastern on CBS.
That's the Iron Bowl.
Iron Bowl. Number 2 Alabama traveling to Auburn this year for the Iron Bowl.
To Jordan Hare.
Jordan.
You can't. No, it's J-O, which is Jordan. Jordan Hare. It's not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan played for the Bulls. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right.
How's it spelled? I know they're not. I mean, people make fun of people from Tennessee's not very smart. Everybody in the South's not very smart. But we know how to say Jordan.
Aren't we called the Athens of the South here in Tennessee? What? No, we're not very smart.
Well, that's Vanderbilt, not the University of Tennessee.
You got on the Iron Bowl.
42-40 Auburn.
Whoa.
Anything can happen in the Iron Bowl.
I have 38-28 Alabama.
Alabama's going to win, but I don't pick Alabama. So
all right.
Unless it's just a giveaway.
I'll take the gimme.
Yeah, that's
15 minutes later on SEC Network, that's 3:45 Eastern. Vanderbilt traveling to Tennessee. We'll talk about that one last. We'll go back around to it. Okay. 7 Eastern on ESPN. Texas A&M traveling to LSU.
Maybe foreshadowing the new coach if Jimbo Fisher leaves A&M.
That ain't happening.
I mean, that'd be a stupid move, but I mean, I feel like it's easier to recruit at LSU. But anyway, I don't know.
Who you got?
A&M 42-17.
I have A&M 35-14. We're together on this one.
No, I mean, yeah.
Another 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
That's Clemson.
Dose.
Clemson.
Nope.
Kentucky, Louisville.
Kentucky at Louisville.
The Battle of the Inbreds. Where's the game at? Is it
Louisville. It's in
Louisville? So it's in the chicken. That's Papa John's, right? So it's in the pizza. It's in the pizza oven. Isn't that the name of their field? Is Papa John's field?
I think so.
And then their basketball arena is KFC Arena.
Louisville, home of diabetes.
Well, no, I just think that before his fall from grace, Papa John's graduated from there. And I guess Colonel Sanders went there. I don't know.
Who you got?
Would you happen to know Louisville's record, or where they're at in the ACC? They're always very streaky.
Louisville, 4th in the ACC. Atlantic, 6-5. Their losses.
Okay, Pitt. I bet they lost to Pitt.
Are Ole Miss.
What was that score?
43-24.
Okay.
Wake, just by 3.
Yeah, Wake Forest was a fraud too. They got beat by Clemson. They were 10th in the nation. Got beat.
They
by
got
Clemson
stomped by Clemson.
Bunch of smart guys out there too. UVA beat them
by 1.
UVA stinks.
North Carolina State.
They're good. They're ranked.
And they lost to Clemson by 6. So they have beat Duke, Syracuse, Boston College, Florida State, Central Florida, and whoever EKU is.
Eastern Carolina.
Eastern Kentucky. Yeah.
28-21 Louisville. If it's a close game, there's a rule that I live by that I will not pick Kentucky, Auburn, and Florida under no circumstances.
Just take a guess at what mine is.
28-21
Louisville. And the other 7:30 game on SEC Network, Clemson going to South Carolina.
I think that's going to be an entertaining, good football game to watch. Because they hate each other. They legitimately hate each other. The Palmetto Bowl. I would have to suspect in the coaching side, Clemson has a better coach. Obviously. I'd have to think during the talent side, they're way better. They have more talented players. But this is the worst Clemson team's had in 5 or 6 years, probably.
And they are completely bought in at South Carolina.
Yeah, but, I mean, there's not a lot to buy in there. You know? It's like buying penny stocks. You know, you buy a lot of them, you think you got a lot of that. It's not much. Clemson's rolling. This is a tough one. 38-28 Clemson.
I have 24-17 South Carolina.
I'm just going with my head here. I mean, not my heart on that one. That's just a higher opportunity Clemson wins. Higher opportunity.
So, head and heart, Vanderbilt traveling to Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Head and heart and everything I got for the Vols, of course. I mean, let's think about it. This is the best year a first-year head coach has had at the University of Tennessee since Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
And Lane Kiffin went 8-7, I think.
Yeah.
And got stomped against Virginia Tech in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. I was sitting there. I remember I was there. And I think Heupel, I feel like he can run. I mean, I feel like we could score 60 on Vanderbilt if we wanted to. I hope he does.
I hope he does too.
I mean, like we legitimately probably could have scored 80 to 90 against USA last week, right?
I think so.
And I've never been the guy that says pull the dogs off.
Yeah, no, you pedal down.
52-21. Balls, y'all.
Balls.
Give me a V.
I think they Vandy ends up chewing a lot of clock and
a lot of 3 and outs.
You've actually got them with more points than what I have got. 38-17.
Well, you were the one telling me about the running quarterback, so you talked me into it. I could have said 6. I could have said 6.
You know they had 9 the other night for the longest time.
I know, but you talked me into running quarterback, and yeah, we do stink against the running quarterback.
I hope Tennessee scores more than 30. I hope it's.
I said 52.
I hope it's 60-14, but
you don't think you said they're gonna score 38?
38.
And we might score that in the first half.
Over the years,
what's the weather supposed to be like?
Vandy has always given them fits.
Saturday, this is in Franklin, Tennessee, where I currently reside. It's going to be about 25 degrees in the morning. What time's kickoff? 7:30?
It is 3:45 Eastern.
Oh, so it's going to be 55 degrees. That's a beautiful day in Knoxville. Sunny.
That is.
Yeah. It's going to be fine. It's not raining. The only thing that could have slowed us down a little bit is rain, and it ain't raining.
You know that Tennessee had 13 tackles for loss. That helped, which I know.
They were playing a high school team.
I know that it was against, but I love to. I'm glad that they needed a boost in numbers after last week.
Oh yeah, they needed. Yeah, pad the stats kind of game. Pad your stats.
They needed.
Lower your standards, raise your stats.
4 sacks.
That was an old term we used in college, if you know what I'm saying.
And we took 3 sacks too.
Lower your standards.
Vanderbilt plays their hardest game against Tennessee, so that's why I just kept it down a little bit.
Have you come to the conclusion on why they're updating Vanderbilt Stadium? Because they sell out so many games.
I have no idea.
Did you look at it? It looks pretty nice.
No, I saw it come across, and I saw the VOLS fans take it and highlight it all orange.
They should. We should checkerboard Vanderbilt next year.
Checker
Vandy.
Checker the Vandy.
Checkered Vandy. Yeah.
It is nice to hear that Danny White is putting the VOLS back on top of the scoreboard.
I missed that.
So at the Georgia game, they had it down on the ground. You could go take your picture with it. I wish I would have before the game because it was gone after the game.
Original? Is it the white with orange letters or orange with white letters?
It is. And when I saw them passing by going in the gate, I was like, yeah, those are old.
I mean, when I was a kid, I remember when they didn't have a jumbotron at all. I remember the first year they had it.
Just
VOLS. I mean, that's how.
It was just VOLS, and then when they first added this little screen.
Yeah,
it was small.
And then the gray hairs got mad. The gray hairs probably get mad that we don't play Rocky Top every other time. I enjoy a little break. I enjoy the music. I enjoy them playing. It gets the crowd hyped up.
It
Bring
does.
back third down for what? Please bring back third down for what?
Yes.
Little John approves. I approve, and Little John approves.
Yes. Whatever royalties it costs, you.
I'm sure. I bet he's so nice he ain't got to pay him.
Okay.
He's just a real nice guy. I feel like a real wholesome man.
You're judge of character.
Hey, I have a good judge of character. He does actually seem like a nice guy. I judge people on who I'd like to drink beers with. I'd like to drink beers with Little John. Wouldn't you?
Ending the show out with Drinking beers with Lil John.
Hey, it sounds like a good time. Could you imagine like Little John and Dale Earnhardt Jr. all together and me? Oh man, that sounds like heaven. Throw in John Daly. Well, I'm having a great day. That's like the ultimate foursome on the golf course.
That's hey, what I want to say I cannot, but yes.
A little scramble on a Thursday afternoon, dollar beers at the Tri-Cities Golf Course, East Tennessee. Man, that sounds like heaven.
Should get that set up. Anyone?
They used to do They used to do scrambles every Thursday night. Dollar beers, quarter wings, Tri-Cities Golf Course, $3.94.
You can't do it if it was a Thursday night. You couldn't do. Speaking of, you couldn't do that on Thursday. You are tied up.
For what? Oh, trivia night.
See, even I know your schedule.
Well, they've changed the host, and we don't really like the new host, so we're trying to find a new location to play trivia.
Are you still gonna keep Quiz to My Pants?
Oh yeah, I need to trademark that. And I just opened up a Diet Pepsi for everybody on they can't see me on their side. It was not a natural light; it was a Diet Pepsi.
We got to get Casey Patrick back and talk about your natty light.
Oh, I'm sure he'd come back. Me and him's Twitter friends now.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't already, be sure on YouTube, click that subscribe. And if you want to be notified, hit the bell. We got some upcoming news for y'all on the Twitter. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you are, we are at T and Fan Talk.
We love you and we mean it. It's no lie. We love you and we mean it. Go VOLS.